Hi, I'm Mike Konrad, member of the SMTA Global Board of Directors and Vice President of Communications. I'm back with you for your SMTA update for November 2025. Here's what's happening across our global SMTA community. The SMTA Puget Sound Alliance Group is back. On Monday, November 3rd, the Puget Sound Alliance Group will host a kickoff meeting and technical session on the subject of electronics manufacturing supply chain, presented by Hans Hanspel and other local supply chain experts. This event takes place from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Hyatt House in Bellevue, Washington. On Tuesday, November 4th, the Utah chapter will host its annual expo and technical forum at the Salt Lake City Marriott University Park Hotel in Salt Lake City, Utah. Technical presentations include Murphy's NPI, Expecting the Unexpected to Maximize First Pass and Future Yields by Anthony Bass of Plexus. The Challenge of Proper Tinning by Brian Watson of Hyrel Technologies, and Precision Cleaning and Vapor Degreasing, Modern Equipment, Techniques, and Safe, including PFAS-Free, by Bill Martin of ITW CCE. This event runs from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. and lunch will be provided. Also on Tuesday, November 4th, the Ontario chapter will host a webinar titled Root Cause Analysis of Conformal Coating by Jason Keeping of Celestica. This webinar takes place via Zoom from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. On Wednesday, November 5th, the Wisconsin chapter will host a virtual workshop on Design for Manufacturing and the Impact of Defects, presented by Ray Prasad. Designing for SMT can often feel like trial and error, with constant frustration from fast-paced packaging changes and the added challenges of lead-free assembly. This course, based on Ray Prasad's industry-leading book, Surface Mount Technology, Principles and Practice, and the IPC 7351 Land Pattern Standard, originally chaired by Ray, provides practical, detailed guidelines for DFM in both tin lead and lead-free assemblies. Attendees will see real-world examples of how design, materials, and processes impact SMT performance and reliability. This virtual event takes place from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Central Time. On Thursday, November 6th, the Capital chapter will host a webinar titled Using AI in Hardware and PCB Design, Real Strategies to Increase Efficiency, presented by Ethan Pierce, founder of Dodec Labs. This virtual event takes place from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. The Querétaro chapter will host a member appreciation event. The SMTA Querétaro community is coming together to celebrate another year of collaboration, learning, and friendship. You're invited to their SMTA member appreciation event. It will be a great opportunity to connect with colleagues from the electronics industry, take part in a fun go-kart race, and enjoy a beer, and strengthen the bonds that make our community truly special. This event takes place from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Regio Karts. On Tuesday, November 11th, the Tampa Bay chapter will host its annual Expo and Technical Forum at the St. Petersburg Marriott Clearwater in St. Petersburg, Florida. Technical presentations include When to Downsize, Process Considerations and Market Drivers for Transitioning to Type 5 Solder Paste by Gail Towell of AIM Solder. Design Engineering Issues That Cost Their Companies Money by Von Carlson from Value in Grafting, and Electrical Impedance Spectroscopy, Laying the Foundation for Accurate Cleanliness Assessment by Dr. Adam Klett of Kaizen Corporation. This event runs from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., and lunch and raffle prizes will be provided. And staying in Florida, the Space Coast chapter will host its annual Expo and Technical Forum on Thursday, November 13th at the Melbourne Auditorium in Melbourne, Florida. Gail Towell from AIM Solder will reprise her presentation, When to Downsize, Process Considerations and Market Drivers for Transitioning to Type 5 Solder Paste. The SMTA Students and Young Professionals, or SYP, will host a lunch and learn on the subject of early career advancement. Von Carlson will present state-of-the-art test techniques, and the origin and status of defense solder standards will be presented by Dennis Fritz of Fritz Technology Consulting. This event runs from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Also on Thursday, November 13th, the Tijuana chapter will host its annual Expo and Technical Forum at the Quartz Hotel in Tijuana, Mexico. This event runs from 10:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. On Friday, November 14th, the Querétaro chapter will host a tech day in San Luis Potosi. Come mingle with colleagues from the electronics industry, enjoy yourself, and strengthen the bonds that make the Querétaro chapter community truly unique. This event takes place at the Potosino Institute of Scientific and Technological Research from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. On Tuesday, November 18th, my chapter, the Los Angeles Orange County chapter, will host its annual Expo and Technical Forum at the Highway 39 Event Center in Anaheim, California. Join us in this unique venue, a combination of a classic car museum and event center. Meet with exhibitors and take part in our free Lunch and Learn. Elias Malfavon Jr., president of Metal Etch Services and co-host of the Decode podcast, will present all about stencil design and manufacturing in 60 minutes. This event runs from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you're in the area, stop by and say hello. Also on Tuesday, November 18th and Thursday, November 20th, SMTA invites you to a virtual instructor-led pilot course on stencil printing fundamentals. Learn from an expert in the industry. The Stencil Printing Fundamentals course explores stencil design, alignment techniques, print quality, and common printing defects. This is a new program from SMTA and provides you the opportunity to both collaborate with an industry expert and help us define the future of live learning at SMTA. Each of the 2 4-hour sessions runs from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central Time. On Thursday, November 27th, once again, the Querétaro chapter is back again with a webinar on the subject of design with manufacturing in mind, DFX. Design is the foundation of successful production. This webinar shows how to apply Design for Excellence, or DFX, to validate electronic designs using standard manufacturing rules, optimizing spacing, pads, and vias for efficient assembly. Learn to make products production ready from the NPI stage while reducing rework costs and time to market. This is perfect for engineers, developers, and quality professionals seeking to improve manufacturability, reliability, and collaboration between design and manufacturing. This virtual event takes place from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And finally, save the date for my favorite event of the year, the Pan-Pacific Strategic Electronics Symposium, or better known as PANPAC, takes place February 2nd through 5th at the Westin Hapuna Beach Resort on the beautiful Big Island of Hawaii. In the world of electronics, many conferences inform, but only a few transform. At PANPAC, academia meets industry in a way that's truly unique. Leading international universities join forces with CEOs, inventors, senior engineers, and decision makers from around the world. This is where the brightest research collides with the most pressing industry challenges and sparks solutions that drive the future of electronics. But PANPAC is more than just presentations. It's about access. Here, you won't just hear from leaders, you'll sit beside them. You'll rub shoulders with inventors, CEOs, and world-class professors. And if you're new to the industry, this is your opportunity to learn directly from seasoned veterans, to engage in the same conversations, ask questions, and build relationships, and even career opportunities with the very people driving electronics forward. The SMTA Pan-Pacific Strategic Electronics Symposium, PANPAC 2026, where innovation meets opportunity, where technology meets the Pacific breeze, and where both industry veterans and newcomers help shape the future of electronics. As the conference chair for this prestigious event, I invite you to participate in this special 30th anniversary event. I hope to see you on the Big Island of Hawaii in February. For more information on any of these events, please visit smta.org. Well, that's it for November updates. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you again in December.